77, all-time favorite, Miss Tuesday Melton. At pitcher number 00, Miss Elena Scott. At center field, number 20, Miss Aubrey Goodnight. In right field, number 23, Miss Mackenzie Warsham. The head coach is Heidi Cox. Assistant coaches are Chris Murphy and Brittany Dorsey. Now, the starting lineup for your Greenbrier Lady Panthers. At shortstop, number 5, Miss Kylie Griffin. At third base, number 11, Miss Michaela Betts. At pitcher, number 13, Miss Shelby Hardy. At catcher, number 2, Miss Mia Webb. In the DP position, number 4, Miss Allie Colias. In left field, number 23, Miss Bailey Buell. At first, number 6, Miss Cassie Saunders. At center field, number 1, Miss Ella Huddleston. At second base, number 17, Miss Sophie Schreiber. And in right field in the flex position, number 25, Miss Michelle Mendoza. The head coach is Brian Butler. Assistant coaches is Jacqueline Langston, Jacob Berry, and Miss Jacqueline Matthews and B. Reed. Please rise and stand for the playing of our national anthem, center field. Now she's invited me to a stupid.
All right, good evening, Greenbrier fans, and welcome to the Greenbrier Ladies softball game this afternoon here in Greenbrier. It's the Battle of the Panthers. I'm joined alongside Talon Newton. And Talon, glad to have you with us tonight and excited for this matchup between the Panthers.
Yeah, it should be a really good one tonight. Benton, great team. You're playing the classification up, I believe, in this one. So it's always going to be a good game whenever you're playing a classification up. But nothing that this Greenbrier team can't handle, as they've proven really who they are as a team over the last couple of years. That they have an established program here, and they're one of those teams that, as a coach, whenever you walk in and play them, you're saying like, hey, everyone wants to take this team's head off. Like, everyone wants to battle against this team. Everyone wants to beat this team. You think about, Alabama football. Everyone walks in playing Alabama football saying, this is the team that we have to beat. Like, that's like, if we can beat them, we can prove ourselves. And Greenbrier is one of those teams where if you can beat them, you can kind of prove yourself a little bit, and you can build a lot of confidence by doing that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And this Greenbrier team comes in on a little bit of a hot streak. If you look back over the last few games, they did take down Pottsville and Valonia last week. And so playing up tonight against Benton will be a nice little challenge. And as they come in at 16-6, it'll be an opportunity for them to continue their winning ways. And the team is taking the field, and looks like Shelby Sample, number 26 for Benton, will lead things off from the left side. On the mound tonight is Shelby Hardy for Greenbrier, and she's getting ready to be underway. Wind blowing out center left field, and the first pitch ripped, and that will fall in for a base hit. Ball quickly back into the infield, holder to a single, so the leadoff batter is on. Not exactly what you want to do, but Greenbrier has shown this season to be able to get out of these jams.
Yeah, no, it's really not the way that you want to start, especially on the first pitch. The first at-bat, maybe a little different. You get a couple pitches under your belt, but you really want to start off on a good streak because, softball can be such a mental game. If you don't feel like you're on your game for the day, like, you probably won't be on your game for the day. So The defense, they made a good play there, getting it back to the infield quick and only allowing that to be a single. So the defense can, as they have all season, get them out of the jam.
Yeah, nice to come back there with a strike there from Hardy back in. That ball's going to be fouled off. So now she's ahead in the count 0-2, and exactly how you want to get back on stride after giving off the leadoff single to be ahead in the count with 2 strikes.
Yeah, being ahead in the count, it really gives you – it takes any amount of pressure off your back. You can kind of throw whatever you want here as long as you don't hit a batter, but you can throw a little bit of filth if you want to try it. I mean, if you don't get it, it's a ball.
That's exactly right. That's a little bit of leeway there, and standing in is Addison Davis or Benton, and she'll take that one. 4-1, just like you said, a little bit of opportunity to throw something maybe out of the zone, maybe get them to chase, and she doesn't do that there, but it gives you a little freedom. And so Shelby will take a look at the dugout, and it's going to get the play in. Sounds like a football metaphor, but here's the pitch. That's going to be low and away. So that evens it up at 2-2. Top of the first inning, just getting started here in Greenbrier. Benton leading off with a single. And now a 2-2 count on the second batter of the inning, and that is Addison Davis. She also from the left side of the box here. The pitch. I think she got her to go around. So nice to come back. Yeah, good to come back with a strikeout there.
She went back outside there on that last pitch that got her struck out. And, that was the first one whenever she was down the count 0-2. She threw that outside, and she went back to it again. And it's interesting that she chased that time, and she didn't chase whenever she was down 0-2 to try and even stay in the at-bat. Just a good eye there, but then at the end of it, it's not a good look.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and got her to chase that. She couldn't hold the bat back, and so a good strikeout for Shelby there. Puts one out on the board. Still a runner at first. The leadoff batter, Sample, hit a single for Benton. The pitch from Hardy just misses the zone. She wanted it, didn't get the call, so now behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. This is Gracie Redmond up for the Benton Panthers.
Yeah, so now if you're in this situation, you kind of have an opportunity to swing at really anything you see, unless you can't reach it.
Yeah, you don't want to reach unnecessarily there, and so that ball's outside. So now 3-0, and it's the complete opposite of what we talked about when you're ahead in the count. When you're behind in the count, the batter really has an opportunity to, if they like it, to take a swing. If not, maybe get first base. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So walks are on 4 pitches, and that's going to put runners at first and second. And this is Riley Gilmore coming up for Benton, standing in. So a couple of Benton Panthers on the base path. Looks like we're getting a pinch runner over at first base.
Yeah, this is where that first pitch of the game really kind of comes back at you because, you make someone go a little bit longer in the batting count. Maybe you get them out, and now you have one person on first and then 2 outs instead. But now you're in a little bit worse of a position just because that very first pitch was a hit.
Yeah, definitely the pressure's on, so it makes you be very careful both defensively and the pitches that you're throwing. You don't want this thing to get away from you. But still early in the game, still getting a feel. Shelby Hardy out on the mound for the Greenbrier Panthers. She's behind in the count 1-0. The pitch.
Shelby Hardy is a really good pitcher. She's just going to see some really good batters today, too.
Yeah, Benton comes in, again, playing a level down for them, level up for our Panthers here at home. And so should be a good test for this Greenbrier squad. She is behind in the count 2-0 with a couple of runners on base. The pitch, swing and a miss, and you want that strike. You like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need. And she just needs to make sure she builds on that. Need to get another couple tough pitches in and hopefully not let anybody else get on base.
Yeah, you want to limit the damage right here. Let's just get these 2 batters, and in essence, don't worry about those 2 on base. Let's just get these 2 guys out. She fouls that one off, and so again, a couple of strikes now, even up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Great day for softball here in Greenbrier. Light breeze, beautiful weather.
Yeah, beautiful. Really one of the ideal days for any kind of activity that has to do with the outdoors.
Yeah, anytime you have a spring sports, you get a little bit of everything, and this is one of the ones you love, the 2-2. Won't chase. That'll make it a full count at 3-2. She's been throwing those out a little bit. She got Davis to chase that one earlier for a strikeout, but Gilmore's going to hang in there and let that one be outside.
This is going to be a big pitch right here. We'll see what Shelby's made of with this one.
Yeah, you don't want to. You want to limit damage. You definitely don't want to give up a long hit to the gap or anything of that. And so just make this pitch count. Hardy sets to deliver. Struck her out. That is a big out.
That's huge.
Yeah, ice out number 2. And now it takes a lot of pressure off. You still got to be careful, but knowing that now a fly ball or a ground ball and you've got maybe a force or an easy out, it definitely takes the pressure off.
Just threw a lot of heat there. That one came in really quick, and the last batter just wasn't able to make any sort of contact with it.
Yeah, one of those high fastballs, and that one just a bit out. And, yeah, she couldn't lay off that one as she chased upstairs. This is Alyssa Houston standing in for Benton. Bit nice balance right now. A couple of lefties, a couple of righties. They do have runners at first and second, one on a single, one on a walk tonight. Hardy pitches. Good pitch. Evens it up. Surprised Houston laid off that one. Hardy looking to get out of this inning. A couple of base runners. But she does have a couple of strikeouts. The 1-1. Great job there by Mia Webb trying to frame that in on that corner. Didn't get the call, but just a great job kind of pull that ball back from the outside.
Yeah, she's done a really good job framing tonight, just kind of pulling it back, trying to get it back in the zone, kind of catch the ump's eye off guard just a little bit.
Oh, it was close. She wanted it again. He is not giving that corner right now.
No,
not giving that.
not
If
at
it's
all.
close, it's definitely not going for the pitcher, but that's going to be a 3-ball and 1 strike count. So you got the second out. You still have to be careful right here and make this pitch, make it count. That's going to be low and away, so that's going to load them up with 2 outs. Houston draws the walk.
Yeah, tough spot to be right here if you're Greenbrier.
Yeah, and now is, again, the ground out, the fly ball certainly, is going to end the inning, but something gets by you right here or a slow roller, and you can find yourself with an early deficit.
Being down early against this Benton team, too, it's not the position that you want to find yourself in.
Yeah, that's right. You want to be able to do that. Ball's popped up. Center fielder's right under it. She squeezes it in, and that will end the threat. So Benton gets 3 runners on, but Greenbrier gets out without any runs scoring, and that's the end of the top of the first, and there is no score.
The Greenbrier Panther Sports Network would like to thank our sponsors: American Safeguard Insurance, First Security Bank, Old Bart Southern Eats, Ricochet Outdoors, Swanky Southern Boutique and Salon, Chef Lynn's, Greenbrier Pharmacy, Vision Roofing, the Children's Clinic of Conway and Greenbrier, Stage 2 Dance Center, Bleacher Bling, and Steak and Shake.
Welcome back at bottom of the first inning. Greenbrier able to get out of that top half Talon without giving up any runs after the bases are loaded. So a little bit of confidence for that pitcher and defense, but Greenbrier gets their opportunity now. We got Kylie Griffin, Michaela Betts, and Shelby Hardy up. If anybody reaches, it'll be Mia Webb, but Kylie Griffin's going to lead this thing off.
Yeah, I like Kylie coming out here hitting first. You know, she's just a solid batter, but she's got such great speed. If she gets on base first, like, it can be really dangerous.
She's got a running single going nice. She has got that speed, just like you said. You called it, and Kylie Griffin's going to set the table and get things rolling. She's a great athlete anyway. If you watch basketball, you can see that there were many nights that she just could drive in and make some scoring there. And so what a great way for her to start things out here.
You know, I'm pretty sure she runs track as well. Just one of those players that's an all-around athlete. She's always working day in and day out, you know, 24/7. She wakes up and she goes to work every single day, just puts in a lot of effort.
Yeah, and when you have that kind of speed on the base paths, too, that really opens up a lot of things. Benton is playing shallow defense on the infield right now. Another lefty's up. This is Michaela Betts. She's a third baseman. Awaiting the pitch. Nice bunt right in front of the plate. That ball just died right there. And they will get her at first. It was closer than it looked, but that's going to do the job of getting Griffin down to second base. But that ball just right off the bat and just died right in front of the plate, but it was in fair territory.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that's a great hit. You know, great run right there, just almost there. But what's really great is you advance the runner from first to second, and now she's in scoring position.
Shelby Hardy, the pitcher, is in, batting from the right side. You know, with Betts batting from the left side as well, that just let her get out of the box that much quicker. Griffin dancing down at second base down there a little bit. That ball's high, ball one.
Yeah, Griffin, she's ready to go. As soon as that ball and that bat meet each other, she is out of there.
Shelby Hardy with a chance to help herself. She's the pitcher for Greenbrier. The pitch now. And that'll catch the plate for strike one. That'll even it up. Left side of that defense now back. Third base in just a little bit, but shortstop back.
Yeah, that defense was playing really close whenever Michaela Betts and Kylie Griffin were both at the plate.
Oh, that ball just lobbed in there. That almost looked like a slow pitch softball.
That was a great pitch. You know, it looked like it was a ball all the way to that just the very last second.
Just dipped right in. Yeah, that was really a really good pitch from Benton there. So 1-2 now with the runner at second, one gone. The ball's high, good eye there from Shelby Hardy.
It's a great eye. Watching it come in high, not swinging at it, not chasing. You have a girl over at second base and a chance to get a little RBI action right here. You're going to want to take it if you can.
That's exactly right. And evens up the count, and now she might have something a little closer in his own. Well, she couldn't hold off that time, and she's going to strike out for out number 2. It's hard to lay off those pitches. They start rising up on you, and you think, I'm just going to go after this. It's just tough across the board. Little league, high school, junior high is just tough. I see major leaguers do it all the time, just swinging at those high pitches, and they can't quite get there. 2 gone. Runner at second is Griffin. She led off with a running bunt. Takes off towards third, just threatening, but good pitch there. Mia Webb, the catcher, did a great job early on framing some pitches, and again, a chance to help her team out with a base hit right here. She lobs that one into foul territory, and the first baseman for Benton's going to be able to glove that one. A little bit of a bobble, but able to take care of business. So that'll be it for Greenbrier, and that is the end of the first inning. There's no score, 0-0.
The Greenbrier Panther Sports Network would like to thank our sponsors. Vision Roofing, the Children's Clinic of Conway and Greenbrier, Stage 2 Dance Center, Bleacher Bling, and Steak and Shake.
Welcome back to Greenbrier Lady Panthers softball against those Benton Panthers, the Lady Panthers. And there's no score after an inning. Greenbrier had their leadoff batter on, Kylie Griffin, couldn't quite get her home, and so Sarah Hardy's going to step back out there. Shelby Hardy is going to step back out there on the mound, and Greenbrier will have a chance to set these Panthers down in order.
Yeah, we got a fun one here tonight, a little bit of a pitcher's duel, right there in the first inning.
Yeah, both pitchers putting runners in scoring position somewhat early to get out of it.
A lot of help from each of their defenses. Greenbrier, they're a well-coached team, and I mean that's kind of proven by what Coach Butler's done over his last 10, 15 years here in Greenbrier. I mean, they're disciplined. They're going to play just good softball.
That ball's ripped right up the middle, and that is the opposing pitcher helping herself out, leading off Elena Scott. Yeah, this Greenbrier team has definitely had some success over the last 10 or 12 years. They've had some great players run through here, and so they're not going to get rattled. They're not going to be intimidated by a team that they're playing up against. And standing in now is Aubrey Goodnight, and we hope it is a good night for Shelby, but not Aubrey. She stands in from the left side of the plate, runner at first, nobody gone. Shelby Hardy pitches. There's a running bunt and got her. Oh, goodness.
Michaela Betts.
Michaela
Betts. What a great play.
Yeah, that ball just lobbed in the air off her bat. Didn't go down, went up. She caught it and had a chance. I thought maybe she'd throw over the first, but just, natural movement of the defense. The first baseman not able to get back over in time to cover that. That's okay, though. It is one gone. That's what matters. One out, one runner on. Good night gone, and this is Abby Warsham.
Yeah, and the whole infield right there came up really quick. They saw that bunt on that last play there, and Michaela Betts was able to make a play. Well, the first baseman came close, too. And Michaela Betts would have thrown that girl out at first, but the first baseman, she came in, so she wasn't able to make it back in time. But, yeah, just a really good play there on defense.
That ball's going to be fouled off by number 23 for Benton, Warsham. If she reaches, the next batter up is Shelby Sample, who singled to start the game. Runner at first, one gone. Even counted, ball and a strike. Shelby's done a good job tonight of when a runner gets on to come back to make some good pitches or get some good defensive plays like we just saw from the third baseman. And so now she stands in at an even count, one gone the pitch. Shows a running bunt, running hit, but she'll take the strike. Probably should have swung the bat right there.
I say, yeah, that running start always throws me off because I feel like you can kind of change your batter's box just a little bit. But being an ump and being able to call it with someone moving like that is really pretty impressive.
That ball will be down and away. Runner from first is Scott, who will take that. Got away from the catcher just a little bit, but now with one gone, you got a runner at second, so have to be a little more careful here. A couple of hits tonight for the visiting Panthers from Benton. Shelby stands in with 2 strikes. That's going to miss. And then it's going to make that count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's that bottom corner again. She's wanting that bottom outside corner. She's really just pushing it. She's not missing it by much, but she's just enough outside to where it's not a strike.
Yeah, the ref's been very consistent. Of course, we're still in the second inning. The ball's popped up. Betts looking, but the shortstop's going to take it from her this time. That's okay. That's Kylie Griffin out there. And the old-fashioned make sure you call it, kids. That's what you want to do. You don't want to give them anything free, but that'll keep the runner at second. That's going to be out number 2, and that's going to be back to the top of the order. Shelby Sample, she singled her first time up, was stranded out at second. Well, she did get stranded at third base.
Well, what's interesting about those two is they play almost every single sport together. That they've practically grown up beside each other. Kylie Griffin and Michaela Betts, they play basketball together. Both guards on the basketball team started 3 years straight together. Well, 2 years, I guess you could say. They both played softball here. They grew up playing softball together, so that they know each other really well. And you can go ahead, even if they don't communicate who's going to get it, that it's going to be a play made right there.
You bet. Yeah, you definitely tell by the exchange afterwards that they know each other well enough to be able to do that. And this is one of the great things about a team like Greenbrier. You got kids that are just all these schools growing up together, play ball together, and it's just small town softball that you love, and when you have a successful program like Greenbrier, it makes it even better.
You know, that chemistry, I mean, that's something you don't find everywhere.
That ball's ripped. That's got a chance to get to the gap, and that ball is out and gone. A 2-run home run. That is Shelby Sample doing the damage again. She led off with a base hit. This time she's going to come around and score on a 2-run home run, and it is 2-0 for the visiting Lady Panthers of Benton. She got all of that one, really no doubt when she hit that one. That I didn't know if it was tall enough to get over the fence, but it was definitely hit very, very well.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal hit right there, and it just I thought it was landing in the gap, but yeah, it barely got over that fence, and not what you want.
Nearly dead center field where she hit that ball, maybe just right, my right of the flagpole. Running start for Addison Davis there. She's not able to make connection, and there's strike one. So early 2-0 deficit for the Panthers of Greenbrier, but again, this is a good Greenbrier team. They don't have to be intimidated by that. Shelby just needs to now, bases are empty, get this batter out, and you're out of the inning. Big 2-run home run there by Sample. Huddleston could only look at it as it went over the fence. Hardy brings the pitch. That ball's outside. That was the 0-2. Tried to get her to chase something out of the zone. They've not done that tonight.
Yeah, they're a solid hitting team. They've gotten on base well, too, you know, watching the ball, getting a couple of walks.
Yeah, they've got a couple of walks, and they've got 3 hits. Of course, one of those being the big 2-run blast. In fact, Sample, the leadoff batter for Benton, has 2 of the 3 hits and has driven in those 2 runs. So maybe if we just don't have to pitch to her tonight, we can limit the damage there.
Yeah, she's a great player for this Benton team.
Down and away. That's going to make it full now. So she was ahead 0-2, and Addison Davis for Benton has battled back to make it a 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nope, I'm sorry, 2 balls, 2 strikes. One was fouled. On the ground, nice play by Betts. Over to first, can't quite make it as Saunders over there. That ball was thrown just outside the reach of her glove. And
yeah,
that's the free base runners you don't want to give up right there.
That's what I was about to say. You know, those errors right there, those hurt just because they're so close, and you get just a few inches less on that ball, you could really be looking at a different ball game.
When you make a good running defensive play like that, like Betts did there, sometimes that ball can sail on you, and if you're a first baseman, you're trying to keep that foot on the bag, and just gets away, and so a runner will be at first, and there are 2 down. And there's a strike 1, get ahead of the batter. Take a deep breath here. A lot of ball game left to play, so no reason to panic if you're the home Panthers of Greenbrier. With 2 outs, she shows bunt, pulls that back, and it's going to foul that one off. That'll be strike 2. Gracie Redmond at the plate, number 88. She walked her last time up. Again, showing bunt, even though 0-2, you know she's pulling that back. She does. That's outside, not close for ball 1. Again, when you're ahead in the count, you can take a few chances just to make sure, you know, maybe they'll chase something out of the zone, reach for it. Didn't quite do it there.
Yeah, being ahead in the count is always where you want to be at. You know, you always want to have the opportunity to throw something that's maybe even just a little bit questionable, but still playable, I guess you could say. You really want to force them to be uncomfortable as a batter.
Yeah, Benton right now, a little bit of a comfort zone in batting tonight, but ripped right back, a slow roller. They're going to have to hurry at first. And, oh, no, she dropped the ball. So initially called out, but can't hold on to it at first. And so now a couple of unforced errors have put runners at first and second. Thought we might get out of this thing with just the 2 runs, and we still might. But, boy, it just puts pressure on your defense and on your pitcher here Still 2 out, so standing in for Benton now, number 46, Riley Gilmore. She struck out her first time up, and so strikeout here certainly wouldn't be a bad thing. Saunders at first base just couldn't quite hold on to it. Sometimes the ball just doesn't bounce the right way there. That ball's lobbed out to left field. That's going to drop. Benton's going to get 1 run home. Here comes the second runner. Both runners are in. It is Addison Daniels. It is the pinch runner for Redmond, and it is 4-0.
And you know, Danny, that's what I was just saying
Panthers.
earlier. You missed by a few inches on that first base throw that would have put the inning away, and you changed the ball game. They added 2 more ever since Michaela Betts was just a few inches away from getting out of the inning.
Yeah, and that was Addison Davis coming around the score for the Lady Panthers there. Hardy throws in. The ball misses. Ball 1. So we've got 2 outs, had a chance to get out of the inning, a couple of unforced errors. Now all of a sudden it's 2 more runs in. And so still 2 gone. It's not insurmountable. 4 runs you can come back from. You don't want it to get too much further down. But the Lady Panthers of Benton are certainly here to play tonight.
Yeah, they're swinging well. You know, their bats are really high. They're watching that ball. That they're not swinging on that outside, on those outside balls. I mean, they're doing a really good job of hitting tonight.
Alyssa Houston standing in there. She walked her last time up, and she's got a 3-ball and no strike count now, so she'll be pretty selective, I'm sure. Hardy kicking the dirt a little bit. Good way to get your mind clear. Throws in. That's low, and now you've got runners at first and second, 2 out.
Yeah, you really need to get an out right here.
This is Tuesday Nelton standing in. She flied out last time up. Greenbrier needs it out desperately at this point. 4 runs, all 4 hits, but 2 errors. Really the catalyst for the last 2 runs that came across the plate. And she's going to miss with that one. And she'll be behind in the count, 1 ball, no strikes. This is Tuesday Nelton again, flied out last time up. That ball's ripped right back up the middle, just outside the outstretched arm. And Benton will hold at third. That is Riley Gilmore, I believe, down at third for Benton. And she's going to hold right there. She drove in a couple of those unforced errors with her base hit. So now the bases are loading, 2 outs. And Elena Scott is coming up. She's the pitcher for this Benton team. And as the old cliche says, she can help herself out right here. But we're hoping that she doesn't. Shelby stands in ready for the first pitch. Not going to get there. I believe that's the 3rd batter in a row that she has fallen behind on early. Ball and no strikes. Again, 2 errors in this inning have led to a couple of runs. But with 2 outs, Greenbrier a chance to get out of this thing. The ball's lined right to the second baseman, over to first to Saunders. And that's going to end it, and that's what you needed. That was big.
That's exactly right, Danny. You know, you ended on a good note there. You know, you're just making the right play. You're making the right throw at the right time. You're fielding the ball well. You're just staying in front of it. You're not trying to grab it and run in stride and throw it in stride. Just staying in front of that ball right there, making that right play. That can build a lot of momentum for you, and hopefully it can get these bats going. I think we only saw 4 batters in the last inning, I think.
We did have 4 or 5 that came up to plate, but again, a couple of unforced errors are what led to that. But and the other part of that, I think that you allude to, is not only do you build some momentum, like, okay, good defensive play, I was able to get the out. We kept it at 4, which is still, you know, nothing to blush at. It's manageable for sure. It's just bottom of the second. You got several more innings to, you know, right the ship here. And, again, this is a successful Greenbrier program. They don't have to be intimidated playing up a little bit to Benton. And so you know that the coach is going to have them ready to go here.
Yeah, and it's nothing to be upset about that. They scored 4. I mean, you should expect walking into the game like, hey, they're probably going to score. This is a phenomenal team with a lot of talent all across the board. They make a lot of great plays. They do a lot of things right. Just they were so well coached. You should expect that they're going to score a couple and not be shocked that they do. You just know that you have to bounce back. You have to get your bats going a little bit, and you got to be ready whenever your name is called.
That's exactly right. And Allie Colias is going to lead off here, and this is a great opportunity for her to maybe set the table here and get her team back in it. Put some pressure on the defense, put some pressure on the pitcher here by getting on base, whether walking or getting a hit of some type. Allie Colias, I'll make sure I get her name right. And she stands in from the right side. Elena Scott is on the mound for Benton, the lefty. She delivers. And there's strike one ahead in the count 1-0. Leadoff batter for Greenbrier here in the bottom of the second. The pitch, that ball's going to be high. And there's again, she's taken something off that particular pitch. That's the second inning in a row she's thrown something similar to that. But that just lobbed.
Yeah, that one seemed like it just came out of her hand a little bit wrong. It kind of went straight up, and it never came back down.
We'll be okay with a few more of those. That's going to be way outside and low. Allie has now got the count to 2-1 against this Benton Lady Panther pitcher. Allie Colias in at the first batter of this inning. The pitch, that is way outside. 3 balls and a strike. Remain patient here. May get something to hit, but base runners, when you're down by 4, it's where you need base runners.
Yeah, just getting some girls on base can really help.
Yeah, she was taken all the way right there, so that'll make the count full.
Yeah, you got to let her pitch there. She makes the right pitch, great, but there's a lot more reward if she doesn't.
That's exactly right. That's going to be dribbled right back up the middle.
I'd say that's a good defensive play there by Benton, just stretching out there, not letting it get into the outfield. And it probably still would have been a single even if it did get to the outfield.
You bet.
But, I mean, still being there.
Yeah, shows that hustle on their part for sure. And I want to make sure I get Allie's name right. That's Colias. And so, Colias family, I apologize for messing that one up. My last name is Smith, and I mess it up every now and then, so it's a possibility. But Colias is on. That's what matters. And this brings Bailey Buell up. She's going to bunt. A little bit of hesitation there by the pitcher. They're still going to get her at first, but there for a moment there was a little bit of hesitation who's going to pick that ball up. And that's going to be a sacrifice on the part of Bailey Buell, but Colias is going to be down at second base.
I'll tell you, just one more step of speed, and Greenbrier's getting those bases every single time. Benton's there just in enough time.
That's exactly right. Cassie Saunders stands in there now, the first baseman. She has a chance to get a run home with a runner in scoring position. Colias out at second base there, moved over on the sacrifice. Strike one there from Scott. Saunders from the right side of the plate against the lefty on the mound. With a chance to move the runner or maybe even bring that runner home. And wow, that ball just dropped again. Sort of one of those odd lob pitches that just drops into the strike zone. And so now if it's close, you got to put it in play. You certainly don't want to be looking at it.
Is that a breaking ball?
That's what it feels like. Change up, okay.
See, I don't know softball very well, so thanks to the guys up here in the booth.
The guys that know what they're doing are helping us out tremendously. Tal and I are just having fun.
Yeah, we just show up.
We're just talking.
Someone let us get on a headset.
Somebody gave us a headset and a camera and said talk, and that's dangerous. Oh, and Cassie's going to take strike 3. I know she'd probably like to have that one back.
Yeah, I even thought it might have been a little high and outside, but great placement. Just in enough of a spot. Center
fielder Ella Huddleston, is going to step in now, and there are 2 gone. Still a runner at second. Boy, 1 run can make all the difference here. So Huddleston with a chance to extend this inning and maybe bring a run home. That ball is just Slung in there for strike one.
You know, you get a couple good pitches, you really start building a lot of great confidence that any of your stuff is going to start landing.
Yeah, and you can tell Scott's gaining that confidence with every pitch right now. Greenbrier kind of on their heels a little bit in the batter's box.
Did we jinx her? That was a pretty
bad
pitch.
that was a pretty bad pitch. Yeah, people watching, like, why are these guys talking?
Maybe we should start talking better about the pitcher.
That's right. Who knew all along we just had to build up the pitcher and she would throw a bad pitch. Ball and a strike, 2 gone. The runner at second is the leadoff batter, Ali Kulias. And so Scott steps off, it steps back in now. That ball's put into play, out to the shortstop. Long throw across. That'll be in time, and that'll be out number 3. So Greenbrier strands Kulias out at second. At the end of 2 innings, the Benton Lady Panthers are leading 4-0.
The Greenbrier Panther Sports Network would like to thank our sponsors: American Safeguard Insurance, First Security Bank, Children's Clinic of Conway and Greenbrier, Stage 2 Dance Center, Bleacher Bling, and Steak and Shake.
Welcome back. Top of the 3rd inning. It is a 4-0 Benton Lady Panther lead over the hometown Greenbrier Lady Panthers. Shelby Hardy back on the mound. This is the inning you want to maybe go 3 up, 3 down. Get some of that confidence back. Goodnight stands in for the Lady Panthers. Fouls it right back to the screen. Quickly out ahead with an 0-1 count. Goodnight 0 for 1. She flied out last time. We'll take another one of those here.
Well, yeah, you love to have one of those. You'd love to start off getting a couple outs early and
lobs that one out. Way going to fall in foul territory just past the left field line. 0-2 count.
Yeah, 0-2 count. Great place to be at. We talked about it a lot tonight, it feels like.
And we haven't had a whole lot of them, and we've not taken advantage of them necessarily when it's happened.
Yeah.
So this is where you want to just, let's get through this particular inning and get right back in the batter's box. Throwing it, ball going outside, didn't chase is Goodnight.
Man, that seems to be a repeating story right there. Is they're gonna try and get that batter to chase that outside. But these batters, they're just so good at watching that ball, knowing when to not swing.
Yeah, and Shelby Hardy now evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And certainly don't want to throw one down the middle here, but they're definitely, Benton is not chasing when it's out of the zone, that's for sure. The 2-2 from Hardy. It's going to be fouled out into the parking lot. And we'll get to do it again. 4-0. Lady Panthers of Benton. 2-run home run, and then a couple of errors led to a 2-run scoring double. But we're just in the 3rd, and Lady Panthers of Greenbrier, they're not intimidated, and they can stand in here, and it's very manageable. Hardy delivers the 2-2. Not going to get the call. There's been a couple of times tonight they've wanted that call, and it's just not been there.
It has not been there at all.
So it's going to be full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And again, you hate to see a repeated theme, but here you are 0-2, and now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes, and Goodnight has a chance to. She gets just a small piece of that one to stay alive. On deck is number 23, Abby Warsham. Three balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Leadoff batter, Goodnight. Fouls it off again.
Making a pitcher go deep into a at-bat, that can really prove good for you, and then even the batters following, because you're just adding that pitching count up and up and up and up.
Well, and you're just giving yourself more chances for a mistake pitch when you're hanging in there like this. The 3-2. Oh, goodness. Okay, so there's a walk of Goodnight. Little surprised at that call, but again, I'm a homer, and I want them all to go my way. And that's going to bring Warsham up also from the left side of the plate. So the leadoff runner for Benton is on with the walk. Warsham 0 for 1 tonight. And we need her to go 0 for 2. Hardy sets to deliver the first pitch to Warsham. The pitch is strike 1. There it is.
I think it's a great framing job, too, just keeping it right there in the center, not letting it move.
You bet. She was going to wait for that call. Well, we're getting ahead in the count early in this inning, but came back to a walk last time. That ball's a running single all the way over to first. It'll be in time this time. Saunders cradles it in for out number 1, but it does get the runner. Goodnight.
Yeah, Michaela Betts on that one, she kind of pumped it back a little bit. She wanted to make sure it got there, make sure she makes the right play. Because, we talked about it. It can be a game of inches sometimes, and you just throw it 2-3 inches over your first baseman's reach.
Well, Shelby Sample stamps in. She singled her first at-bat, 2-run home run, her second at-bat. So she's a dangerous hitter with the runner out there on second. Hardy delivers the first pitch to her. That ball's lobbed out to center left field. And they're going to double her up.
They got her.
They got the fly out. She was just a little too far gone, and double her up, and that is exactly what you want with a good hitter at the plate to not only get her out, but to get the double play. So at the end of 2.5, 4-0 Lady Panthers of Benton.
The Greenbrier Panther Sports Network would like to thank our sponsors. American Safeguard Insurance. First Security. Greenbrier Pharmacy, Vision Roofing, the Children's Clinic of Conway and Greenbrier, Stage 2 Dance Center, Bleacher Bling, and Steak and Shake.
Welcome back to the bottom of the third inning here in Greenbrier for the Lady Panthers softball. They're trailing early. Tallender down 4-0. A couple of errors. Sometimes the ball just bounces an odd way. Plays that players normally would make just seems to not go their way. But they're right here, and they have a chance in this inning. They've had a couple of base runners tonight, not able to do much with them, but they have an opportunity here to maybe get something going. And leading things off for the Lady Panthers is Sophie Schreiber.
Yeah, this is a point in the game where you really need something to go your way. Just about halfway through it, you really need some momentum
She stands in now with a chance, and Greenbrier has gotten her leadoff batter on the first 2 innings, and so hopefully we can see this happen again there. Shows bunt, pulls back, and ball 1. Ball 2.
That's a good eye right there on that first one, pulling back, realizing it was high, pulling back, not letting the bunt, and then she tries to adjust, but she over-adjusts on the pitch, and it goes too low.
That's exactly right. There's ball 3. So this is kind of the start that you want. 3 balls and no strikes. Let's get some runners on, and let's see if we can make this game just shrink that lead a little bit. 3-0. Yeah, she was taken all the way. I don't blame her. It does catch it for a strike, but that's okay. You're still ahead in the count.
Yeah, you just got to make her pitch to you, like we talked about earlier. And she's done a good job whenever she's been in 3-0. She's thrown strikes both times tonight.
That's exactly right. Doesn't pull back in time. That ball kind of sailed high. So now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Schreiber attempting to do a little running bunt there, but now it's facing a full count.
Now you got to swing at it.
Yeah, if it's close, you got to put the ball in play. Scott. Oh, nice.
That's
ball
a
4.
great eye.
Yeah, and she knew immediately. She just pulled back immediately. So the runner at first is going to be Schreiber. And this will be Kylie Griffin, who singled to lead off the game. She's got speed for days here, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if she does try to put this on the ground and put a little pressure on this defense.
Yeah, you know, you want to put it on the ground, but you just want to make sure you don't get your person at first going to second thrown out either, because you want to get that runner advanced.
A little swinging bunt's not gonna go her way. Absolute burner on the base paths, though, that's for sure. Here's the 0-1 from Scott. It's going to be low, ball 1. Scott stands in. Just 2 hits tonight, but has given up a couple of base runners. Pitch. Yeah, that ball got away, and that's going to get Schreiber down to second base. So now Kylie Griffin pressures off to get the sacrifice just right. 2 balls and a strike. Ball got away from the catcher. And Greenbrier Lady Panthers down at second base. Nobody out here. In the bottom of the 3rd, we need runs. And that's a great way to start it up. That ball's hit well. Good play by the pitcher there, but it is going to get the runner to 3rd. And so now a fly ball, if it's deep enough, can get the run home. So the steal, taking second on the ball that was dropped by the catcher, and then now Kylie Griffin able to get the sacrifice to get her over to 3rd base. We're trailing 4-0 here in the 3rd, but we do have a runner in best scoring position of the night. And here's a timeout from the Benton Lady Panthers, going out to talk to her pitcher. While we wait, Michaela Betts, who's had a good night in the field defensively, is standing in. Had a fielder's choice a little bit early. Meeting at the mound for the Lady Benton Panthers. Out at 3rd base is Sophie Schreiber. She led off with a walk, took second on a pass ball from the catcher. Kylie Griffin with a nice sacrifice to get her to 3rd base. And so here we are with 1 gone, runner at 3rd, and standing in is Michaela Betts. This is a big run to get right here. Feel like if you can just get across the plate, this is going to change the dynamic. A little bit of a change-up again. Scott's used that to her advantage, and I think she's just missed 1 time with that change-up. Both coaches motivating their players, getting them ready here. Bet stands in there. No ball's a strike. The pitch. That ball's way outside. Ball 1. Second time through for the lineup now, and let's see if they can see Alana Scott and her pitches just a little bit better. Scott stands in here as the 1-1. Changeup is going to hit again. That's been a tough pitch for these Lady Greenbrier Panthers to kind of spot tonight. Sort of just lobs in there, feels like. And the 1-2 pitch is set to be delivered by Alana Scott. It is. High and outside. Ball 2. Good eye there by Michaela Betts. The pitcher, Shelby Hardy, is on deck.
And Danny, you know what's so tough about that changeup is that there's so many that, oh, hey, it's coming high, it's coming high. Wait a second, what?
Yeah,
and
this one just seems to be floating in there.
Yeah, you don't even have enough time to realize where it's at.
Michaela Betts goes after that one, but fouls it off the end of the bat. That'll keep it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lady Panthers trying to get on the board here. Sophie Schreiber down at third. Walt took second on a pass ball. Kylie Griffin got her over to third. Now Michaela Betts trying to get her home, and she's going to lob that one into right field. It'll drop. That's a base hit for Betts, and that'll be the first run of the game, the RBI single, just what these Lady Panthers needed. She fought and fought and fought there and got the base hit. And so now with 1 gone, Michaela Betts at first, Shelby Hardy, the pitcher, steps in. And Greenbrier has their first run of the day across the board. Good day for Greenbrier Athletics. Got baseball going on. You got a track meet going on. Softball game going on. Beautiful day here in spring. That was strike 1 on Hardy. 4-1 Lady Benton Panthers, but Greenbrier with some base runners and some timely hitting, and they've got to run across. And she did. She pulled it back. They appealed down to second base umpire. He says she did not go around, so a ball and a strike. Hardy able to stop that one.
A lot of high pitches here tonight. And that's why that changeup's been so effective, is because she's throwing, typically whenever she throws a ball, it's just because it's too high.
Yeah. Yeah, that changeup has been a neutralizer tonight. Hardy swings right through that one for strike 2. Runner at first is Betts. She has an RBI single tonight, scoring Sophie Schreiber, who started off with a walk, took second on a pass ball, over to third on a sacrifice, and then comes home on that single. Greenbrier would love to get another run home here in this inning. There goes Betts. That ball is thrown out there, and shortstop kept it in front of her, but pretty well, wasn't close, and so it was an easy steal. Now that takes away a little bit of a double play option, and 2 balls, 2 strikes, just 1 out. But a well-placed base hit here could bring another run home and cut this lead in half. 4-2 sure sounds better than 4-0.
Yeah, you know, that builds up a lot of momentum.
Out to second. Second baseman falling back behind her. So they're going to get Hardy at first, but that's going to put Betts over at third base. And again, Sophie Schreiber and now Michaela Betts, taking advantage of getting second base, have put themselves in scoring position. We got Schreiber home. Let's see if we can get Betts home and cut this lead in half. Mia Webb, the catcher, is going to stand in with an opportunity to do just that.
Yeah, you really need her to get on base here. You can cut that lead to 4-2. That can be a really, really big and good game changer.
Yeah, it changes. It puts you right back in it. That ball's right back to Scott, though, and that should do it. It does. That ball just one hop right back to the pitcher, and she just coolly threw it to first base. At the end of 3, the Panthers are on the board. It's 4-1, Lady Benton Panthers.
At American Safeguard Insurance, you get an actual human being just down the street to get advice on the confusing world of insurance. There's no need to shop around every time your insurance company tries to raise rates. You can relax and let us do it for you. Having a choice is a big deal, and when insurance companies compete, you save money. One of the most important benefits is we actually monitor your premium for rate increases. If we notice a rate increase, we reshop your premium to ensure the best rate. And when the time comes to use your insurance, and we hope it doesn't, you have a friend to help guide you during one of the most stressful times of your life. All your needs under one roof, from vehicle to life insurance and everything in between. We protect it all.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
For the best barbecue in town, look no further than Old Bart Southern Eats. With the wide variety of meats smoked perfectly, with one-of-a-kind sides and a sauce unlike any other, you will not want to miss out. Old Bart Southern Eats is located at 79 South Broadview, next to Walmart.
Welcome back to Greenbrier. The Lady Panthers of Greenbrier trailed this one 4-1, headed to the top of the fourth inning. Shelby Hardy back on the mound for the Lady Panthers. Standing in the box is Addison Davis. She reached on an error earlier. Swing at that one, won't get it. It's 0-1. The Panthers have rebounded nicely. That second inning was a little rough. A few defensive miscues that really are atypical of this team. Oh, nice pitch there. Wow. Hits the corner. She's been trying to get that all night, and I think it finally laced. Or the umpire is, maybe the sun's a little different. I don't know, the shadows. But either way, it's 0-2, and that's what we want. Hardy has struggled to close the deal at 0-2, so let's see if she can do that now. Ball's fouled back to the cage behind him there, and hits the fence.
This is where Hardy's had a hard time, is just in that 0-2 count. You feel comfortable throwing a lot of filth, and so you throw some filth. And then that first time you do it, when you don't reach, and then you kind of keep throwing it. Well, you got to get back to some clean pitches to try and get a strikeout.
Yeah, that's right. Addison Davis reached on an error last time and then struck out her first time up, and so now it's a ball and 2 strikes. She has a couple of fouled back here into the fence behind her, behind home plate. Hardy stands in at that 1-2 count. Just misses. That'll even it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Addison Davies is leading off for the Lady Panthers. That 4-run second is pacing the game so far, but Greenbrier got a much-needed run in there in the bottom of the third. That ball's on the line, and that's going to be over first base. Fair ball. It's going to roll all the way to the corner. Davies around second. She's easily going to third. There won't even be a play, and it is a stand-up leadoff triple for Addison Davies. And so, again, you're 0-2 in the count and can't quite close the door on that. And that was just, right down the line, right over the bag, all the way to that corner.
Yeah, that's just a really, really tough position. It just barely staying fair. Like I was saying, inches, man. It's inches.
It is.
And now you have someone on third, and instead of having a foul ball.
That's
still,
right.
Battling.
Yeah, and you look back at that 4-run second. Now, the 2-run home run you can't do much about, but, there was a couple of defensive plays that normally any other time, 99.5%. So just sometimes some bad bounces, bad hops, and it gets you in this position. But Greenbrier's got to deal with it, and that's where we're at. So that ball's going to sail high, ball 1. Standing in for the Lady Bentonville Panthers is Gracie Redmond, number 88, batting from the right side of the plate. She's 1 for 1 tonight. She walked her first time up. Good pitch. Maybe the key is to, instead of starting with a strike, to start with the ball. Maybe a little reverse psychology tonight.
Maybe. Anything to change up the mental game so far, because it hasn't gone Greenbrier's way yet.
This is where a strikeout is really needed. You want to keep that ball out of play as much as you can. Get a strikeout here, maybe get a short infield out, and, you can neutralize that runner at third. But you got to get this batter out for sure, and ideally without putting that ball into play. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody out. The leadoff triple by Davies has put Redmond at the plate. That ball's outside. 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, probably a good one when that one was outside. It seemed pretty slow coming in. Probably could have got a lot of power underneath it if it were a strike.
Yeah, you don't want to give up any extra base hits. Let's try that again. Extra base hits at this point. And that ball's going to be high over shortstop. And that will keep the runner at third, and there is 1 gone.
Next up, number 46, Miss Riley Gilmore.
Yeah, you can mark that as a win there by our pitcher, and that's what she needs. She needs a nice little positive boost, something to kind of go her way, because really all day, all afternoon, it hasn't felt like much has gone Greenbrier's way.
Again, just the ball, just the way, I mean, the triple, the bounces is just not there. But Gilmore does have a 2 RBI single her last time up. So she has put the ball in the play and delivered, and with the runner at third, want to be careful here. There's 1 out. Boy, this really is a clutch out right here. You know, you strike her out or have another nice little infield put out, and you've really put yourself in a good position. But got to get Gilmore here. She lays off, but it's a strike anyway.
Wow. Great
Ball
pitch
and a
right
strike.
there.
Yeah, it really was.
You know, Benton's wearing number 5 on that left sleeve, I believe.
That is, yes, you're correct.
I was kind of curious as to what that was a representation of.
Yeah, initially I thought maybe it was number 5 until I saw the back letter, or back numbers rather, and so paying tribute, I'm sure, to someone that means a lot to that team, and so.
It was a girl that passed away in a car accident a couple of years ago.
Well, that ball kept sailing on Greenbrier there, and so that ball was lobbed out to left field, right over the head. And
yeah, you know, just lost
single
it in
too.
the sun.
Yeah,
that's what happened right there. Lost it right in the sun.
That's exactly right. Yeah, she seemed to set up like she was under it, and then that ball just kept going, and she turned around and it hit the wall. But it's a long single. You kept a runner at first, but it is 5-1 now. Looks like Benton is going to bring a pinch runner in. We'll try to see who that pinch runner is. Standing in the box is Alyssa Houston. She's walked twice tonight. She's been tough on pitcher. Looks like that pinch runner is Sydney Tanner. Houston steps in, though, and a couple of walks tonight. 5-1. Outside. Behind in the count early. Ball and no strikes. 1 gone. Long single to the wall for Gilmore the last time up. She's been replaced as a runner by Tanner.
Yeah, they really have not let this girl hit much tonight at all. They really haven't even let her swing much at a ball.
Yeah, she's been very selective at the plate. Good eye out there at the plate. And it's 2 balls and no strikes now. She's already walked twice. Shelby Sample, the leadoff batter, Riley Gilmore, the cleanup hitter, have done all the damage RBI-wise tonight. Gilmore with 3, Sample with 2.
3-0 count. You're up 5-1. I'm giving her the green light.
You bet.
On whatever you see. If you like it, you take it.
Yeah, put a charge into this one. And it's a 4-pitch walk. And it's Houston's 3rd walk, so her on-base percentage tonight is going to be very good.
Yeah, no kidding.
So first and second now, 1 gone. Standing in now is Tuesday Nelton. She flew out her first time up. Ball right back to the fence. Foul, strike 1. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. 5-1. The Lady Panthers of Benton over our hometown Greenbrier Lady Panthers. Still half a game left, though, so plenty of time to try to get back in this thing. But we got to get out of it right here. just missed. Ball 1. Runners at first and second for Benton. Houston is at first. Pinch runner for Riley Gilmore is Sydney Tanner out at second. Here's the pitch from Hardy. Ball's lobbed out to center field. Schreiber drifting back is underneath it. I'm sorry, Huddleston. They were going.
Huge hose
and
down to
got
third.
her.
Think they
Wow.
got her safe.
You know, she tagged high. Boy, I don't know.
That's a hose.
You know,
From the
I got to
outfield,
say,
though.
that was a great throw. Huddleston was under it, positioned well. All I could figure is maybe the tag was a little high and
Just got underneath.
got underneath that
it,
tag. Yeah,
Got on
you got to
the
go
base.
low on those tags, and just didn't quite happen there. And so the runner advances to third, but there are 2 out. Elena Scott, the pitcher, now stands in there. She's had a good night on the mound. Let's hope she's not having a good night at the plate right here. She's 1 for 2. Strike 1 there from Hardy. Five to 1, Lady Panthers of Benton. First and third, 2 gone. Ball's outside. Houston acted like she was going. Webb was up and ready to throw her out if she was. That throw from Huddleston was just a bomb of a throw, though. I'm telling you, I don't know that it even bounced, did it? I think it was all the way in. Did it bounce?
I thought it bounced.
It may have. I may at this
Either
point,
way, though, I mean,
I may
that's
be
exactly,
embellishing. So
that's exactly how you practice it, though.
it is.
That's exactly where you're supposed to put it. She did it. She just had that base runner that was just one step quicker than that throw was.
It is. You know, again, all these games are games of inches, and I mean, if you tag just a little bit lower, maybe you get her, and either way, you've got a second out. But now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes, and boy, we need this one. We need this one a lot.
Yeah, you want to keep your team in the game right here. You really need an out.
It's a 4-run deficit. Ball's on the ground. It's going to stay fair, and my goodness.
Like we
And
said.
everybody is safe. That ball just dribbled down the line and never did break.
It looked like it maybe even hit like a little pebble and bounced back to the inside
Yeah.
just a tad bit
just
more.
stayed true just to the left side of the foul line. That allows the runner to come home. It allows the runner at first to be safe. The runner at second to be safe. So Aubrey Goodnight's going to stand in there. She's 0 for 1 tonight. She did walk earlier, so she has been on base. 2 gone. 6-1. It's a 5-run lead now. Here in the top of the 4th inning. First and second for Benton. Houston out at second. Goodnight out at first. The ball's lobbed, and that's going to drop. Here comes Houston around third. She'll be in standing. It is 7-1 Benton.
Yeah, it's just not Greenbrier's day right now.
No, it's not, and it is starting to get away from them. It is a 6-run deficit halfway through this ball game, and we're still not out of this inning. And so with 2 outs, you got to get that third out, and you got to get your batters up there.
And what's really been so defeating is a lot of these rallies have come from 2 outs.
That was Warsham that put that ball out there, by the way. This is Abby. I'm sorry, that was Goodnight that put the ball out there. This is Abby Warsham that's at the plate. She's 0 for 1. She did have a walk. Foul ball hit the plate. But almost textbook on that swinging bunt.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of landed out there in the middle of no man's land.
Yeah, if that was a fair play, I mean, it would have been a really awkward positioning for everybody because it's in that spot where it's same distance from catcher, pitcher, and third base.
That's exactly right. Took off running, but doesn't swing. Ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There are 2 gone. But the Lady Panthers of Benton have managed to put 3 runs up here in the top of the 4th inning, all with 2 outs. Just can't quite close the door tonight. Lobbed. Not going to be able to hold on to it, and everybody is safe. So she put it out there in no man's land again, just off the glove of Betts. It would have been a tough catch. It was kind of, trailing away from her, but that's going to allow all the runners to be safe. The bases are now loaded. And somebody who's done some damage tonight is Shelby Sample. She's got a single to lead off the game, and then back in the 2nd inning, she had a 2-run home run. She did fly out last time, but she's driven in 2 tonight, and she has an opportunity to do more damage here. But we believe our Lady Panthers are about to get out of this thing. Lobbed out to left field. It will drop. 1 run is in. 2 runs will come in. But they may have her caught up at second. They do. They got her at second. 2 runs do score. Does count. It's going to make it 9-1. But good, timely play there to get out of this inning at the end of 3.5, 9-1, Benton.
The Greenbrier Panther Sports Network would like to thank our sponsors: American Safeguard Insurance, First Security Bank, Old Bart, Southern Eats, Ricochet Outdoors, 4M Landworks, Swanky Southern Boutique and Salon, Chef Lynn's, Greenbrier Pharmacy, Remax Elite DJ Vanaco, Vision Roofing, Children's Clinic of Conway and Greenbrier, Stage 2 Dance Center, Bleacher Bling, Grand Brothers Electric, and Steak and Shake.
Bottom of the 4th inning, getting ready to set off with Allie Coleus leading off. She led off earlier with a walk. And so at this point, Talon, it's 9-1. You're basically halfway through this game. Looks like you're going to have probably 4 at-bats left. It's just now a matter of just getting runners on base and hoping that you can get a big inning.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Trying to get a couple of those things that didn't go your way, get them to swing back towards your direction right here, because after this inning right here, after this at bat, you're in the bottom half of the game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Maybe you'll get a pitcher starting to wear out a little bit. Get a couple of bounces your way. It's Coleus, Buell, and Saunders in this inning. That's lobbed out over second, and there's out number 1. That sure won't get it done.
Yeah, you want to stretch this pitcher just as much as you can, because the more pitches she throws, the sooner that she's going to have to come out, unless she never hits her pitching count. So, you're swinging early, you're getting out early, you're getting on base early. Anything that you do that's early inside of the pitching count, that's going to give this pitcher a little bit more time out on the mound. And she's warmed up. She's obviously ready to go. She's been pitching a great game tonight, only giving up 3 hits and 1 run.
Yeah, kind of put this in perspective. Hardy for Greenbrier's up around 90 pitches, and that was pitch number 48 for Scott out there. So Buell's out there. She's got a chance to maybe get a rally started, get those rallies going. You can't do anything till you have base runners, and this is just where you're at. Cassie Saunders is on deck. If they reach, it'll be Ella Huddleston that comes up to play. We've not even been through the lineup twice for our batters. So it's been
Wow.
it's been a little bit of a chore tonight for our Lady Panthers.
Yeah, it's been a tough night. Just trying to get on base, trying to get some good solid hits, and it just comes with great pitching. And you look on the other side of it too. There's some great hitters on that Benton team.
Oh, good bounce there, and that's going to let Buell get on. That ball just rolled up on the shortstop. She didn't even try to throw it, just didn't want to take the chance. And so Saunders will stand in, the first baseman for the Lady Panthers. Had a strikeout earlier. And so she stands in now with an opportunity with a runner at first. One thing we've not seen Greenbrier able to do tonight is string together base runners. We've seen runners out. We've got a run across the board. They've got 4 hits, but nothing that they can string together. And this is what they need to do. Pitch from Scott. Saunders swinging all the way right there. A little bit of determination in that swing. That takes the count. No balls and a strike. Scott taking a little more time between pitches. Delivers the 0-1. That ball's lined.
Wow.
You know, again, that play may be that may just be the typical example of what this game has been like.
Yeah.
Saunders hit that ball on a line right to the first baseman who caught it and just turned around and tagged out. I mean, you couldn't do that again in 10 opportunities maybe. And so Greenbrier fails to get across the board in this inning. At the end of 4, it's 9-1 Benton. Top of the 5th inning, Addison Davis, or Davies rather, is going to be leading off for Benton Lady Panthers. They're up big in this one, 9-1. It's not been Greenbrier's night, but they've got a couple of innings left. You never know. Benton's done all their damage in 2 innings. First pitch is swing and a foul off. Strike 1. Sarah Hardy out on the mound. Just all night long, it seems like the ball has bounced perfectly for the Lady Panthers of Benton. And our Lady Panthers just haven't been able to get it going. That ball's lobbed, falling foul behind third base, just into the outfield.
Yeah, I'll
Strike
tell you,
2.
with the way that this night's gone, I wouldn't be surprised if that one's going to fall just
Yeah,
inside.
at any point you think, oh, that's foul. Nope, it could be fair. And so we were talking at the end of the last inning where that ball was hit by Saunders on a rope that, maybe any other time is a base hit or a double or something right to the first baseman, tag out the person at first. That just typified how it's been for Greenbrier tonight. But they've got an 0-2 count on Davies, who's done some damage this evening. That ball's put on the ground. Slinging it over is to shortstop.
Man, it's got to feel great to get out on the good side of an 0-2 count.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it's been the bane of our existence tonight, if I may use that phrase. That's a dramatic phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've struggled closing the door with 2 outs or with 2 strikes, but they did it right there, Kylie Griffin, with a good throw over to Saunders at first.
Was the phrase "bane of our existence" a thing before the Batman movies?
You know, I wonder that. I don't know, and I'm honestly, I don't even know if I've seen those Batman movies with Bane in them.
Really?
Yeah, you know, maybe I should get out and live a little
You
bit.
think
but
the darkness is your ally?
yeah, you know. Now, wasn't there a Bane? No, I'm thinking of Kane in the WWE universe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think that's the same thing. I don't know what that says about me either.
You know, Nate and I, my older brother, we used to quote that scene from the Batman movies
Nice.
all the time to each other. Nate had the voice down perfectly.
Yes, I can see that. I can see that.
It was quite a thing of beauty, really.
You know, when you get that particular impersonation that you can do, you just ride that. You just roll with it.
You've got to.
Gracie Redmond standing in there for Benton. My impersonations usually are the impersonation that somebody else does. I'm impersonating their impersonation.
I see.
Yeah, so nothing original with me. One gone here in the top of the fifth. That ball sky high. Will it stay in play? No, not going to be able to get there.
A Greenbrier fan caught it. That should count
That
as a
should
Greenbrier
count,
out, correct?
especially for tonight. I mean, tonight it deserves.
Aren't those the rules?
You know, I would think it would be. It's a special fifth inning rule. Little known, but Redmond stays alive. 1 for 2 with a walk tonight in 3 plate appearances. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch lobbed out over second base. It's going to drop. Looked like that. Looked like Schreiber was going to get there, but that ball carried just past her and not able to get that done.
Yeah, that's frustrating. Whenever you think you have it, but then it just ends up falling just right in front of you. You just quite weren't there.
That's right. Looks like Redmond's going to have another pinch runner. Dakota Thompson's out there on first base. Standing in now is Riley Gilmore. She's done some damage tonight. She's got 3 RBI on a couple of run-scoring singles and a double. Ball's outside. A couple of weekends ago was the WWE WrestleMania. Did you get a chance to watch any?
Did not.
Yeah.
Not a big WrestleMania guy.
It was 2 nights this year. 2 nights. Can you believe that? They had so much 2-night event.
It was an outdoor event, right?
It was, where Tom Brady won a Super Bowl. I don't know if he and Gronk made it to that or not. I wouldn't be surprised.
Have you seen that video of them giggling with each other?
It's really funny. It kind of works for anything. So
it does. It really does.
just whatever meme you need, that was just tailor-made for that. Well, I didn't get to watch the old WWE either, but I was going to say it was also started on National Siblings Day. That's where I was going with it, and so I don't know if that was by accident or not. That ball's lobbed out to left field. Oh, my goodness. It drops on the line, takes a terrible bounce.
No. I haven't done it much tonight, but I think that was a really bad call. I thought that was on the outside.
You know, I think the coach was even surprised at the call.
Well, she made sure she told the ump what to call there. She said, "It's fair.
It's fair ball." She was looking right at it, but again, you know, Benton has just put the ball in the placement tonight perfectly, and that's why they got this big lead. It's 9-1. Runners at second and third. Alyssa Houston tonight. Check this out. She has walked all 3 times, and I don't know that she's had a single strike against her tonight. Game slowing down just a little bit.
Yeah, I knew she'd been walked a lot. She looks like a powerful hitter.
Yeah, it could be the scouting report just says put her on base, and we'll deal with the runner behind her, or the hitter behind her.
But, you know, sometimes the hitter behind her might just be almost just as good as she is.
Yeah, Tuesday Nelton's done really well tonight. That ball's a swing and a miss, and I think that's the first strike tonight that Houston has had.
You know, you think about, like, the Razorbacks baseball team right now. You might want to walk one of those guys with the next one up. I mean, good luck.
Yeah, pick your poison on that. Who do you want to hurt you there?
Who do you think might be having the worst night
Yeah,
out of all of them?
That's exactly right. Well, this lady Panther team from Benton has just picked each other up all night long.
Yeah, they've been playing some great ball. Just great eyes, too, on the bats.
That ball's lobbed foul. Houston stands in there. I wonder if anybody ever says Houston.
Houston?
Houston. There's Houston. I don't know. Maybe that's an old-timer thing.
I don't ever say that I'm going to Houston.
But I think people do say Houston. I'm from Houston, Texas. Maybe it's the slurring of the language. I don't know.
That almost hit Coach Wood right in the head.
Yeah, that
2
would've
feet from him. 2 feet
That
from him.
would be terrible. That was just outside my periphery there. Probably a word I shouldn't use. Too big of a word, periphery.
I cannot believe how close that was to him.
He was stone cold, though. The ball's lobbed out to center field. Huddleston will watch this one leave the park. Maybe that's why they've been walking her, folks.
That might be why they've been walking her tonight.
Can I say this, Houston? We have takeoff. That's a 3-run home run, and it is all of a sudden a 12. That's right, a 12-1 game. My goodness.
Great bats. I mean, when you're hitting, you're hitting.
Yeah, they're seeing the ball real well tonight. Tuesday Nelton's going to stand in. The bases are clear. Still just one out. So Houston just, I mean, there was really no doubt. It just kept going, and you were hoping maybe it would hang up. But the winds died down basically out there, and so that was all power. Three-run home run. So she walked 3 times and gets a 3-run home run. I don't know what her total bases are for tonight, but she is she's racking them up.
Well, you know, she's been productive.
1-0. Skied out to center field. Huddleston can't come down with it. And Nelton now is down at second base with a stand-up double. Even though it's sunny, when it rains, it pours, and that's what's happening here tonight.
You know, it feels like the outfielders are struggling with the sun a little bit,
They
too.
are. Yeah, it's definitely right in their eyes. Not the best time of the day to be looking this way.
You know, that's one thing that I always judge pretty harshly whenever I go to any kind of ballpark or football stadium. You know, I even think about like the UCA football stadium and how the visitor section where the students are also located is always facing the sun.
That's right.
It could be 10 a.m. in the morning, and for some reason it still feels like you're facing the sun.
That's exactly right, yeah. I was at a game there last, I guess 2 years ago now because of COVID last year that we didn't get to go. But, yeah, I kind of felt bad for those folks. And it was a pleasant day, but, boy, that sun was beating them down. Sprawling athletic complex here in Greenbrier. They've done a great job with their facilities. That ball's lobbed out there. Again, struggling to find it, but we get it this time. There's out number 2. That's the left fielder, Bailey Buell.
You know, I've been around Greenbrier athletics a good little bit over the last year, that I would say, and it's just a great program they have in really all of their sports. In soccer, they're such a great community, and in baseball and softball, I mean, so many people are so supportive, and so supportive of the network. So many local sponsors giving us opportunities to come to these games and to broadcast them for the people at home. You know, the football team is they do a really great job. I mean, it even trickles down to our bowling, our wrestling, just competitive year in and year out with those programs. There's so many, tennis, golf. I mean, there's so many that I could name that do such a great job here at Greenbrier. And it really boosts the community as a whole when all the sports are playing competitively.
Yeah, it sure does. And this is a community that rallies around their teams. And again, just even though the scoreboard's not going to show it, it's a beautiful day out here for everything. Baseball game just down the way, track meet, soccer game tomorrow. Great time for spring sports. But it's been a tough one tonight for our Lady Panthers. There's no way around that you've gotten taken to the woodshed. But, again, you're just in the top of the fifth. You're going to have 2 or 3 at-bats left in this thing, and you just never know what you can put together.
Yeah, you never know what can happen in one of these games. Anything is possible.
That's
as,
right.
Kevin Garnett would say.
Good old KG. Swing and a miss. Hardy has endured tonight. She's still out there. It was 120 pitches. Benton has a runner at second.
Yeah, the girl that played now, she wants a hit.
Yeah.
She swung at that last one just so she gets
That's right.
up.
And I did not catch her name. I apologize, Benton fans, and she's going to strike out. That's going to end it. So at the end of 4 1/2, we go to the bottom of the fifth. It is 12-1 Benton.
At American Safeguard Insurance, you get an actual human being just down the street to get advice on the confusing world of insurance. There's no need to shop around every time your insurance company tries to raise rates. You can relax and let us do it for you. Having a choice is a big deal, and when insurance companies compete, you save money. One of the most important benefits is we actually monitor your premium for rate increases. If we notice a rate increase, we reshop your premium to ensure the best rate. And when the time comes to use your insurance, and we hope it doesn't, you have a friend to help guide you during one of the most stressful times of your life. All your needs under one roof, from vehicle to life insurance, and everything in between. We protect it all.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
For the best barbecue in town, look no further than Old Bart Southern Eats. With the wide variety of meats smoked perfectly, with one-of-a-kind sides and a sauce unlike any other, you will not want to miss out. Old Bart Southern Eats is located at 79 South Broadview, next to Walmart. Open Wednesday through Friday, 5 until sold out, and Saturday and Sunday, 3 until sold out. You better get there early because it will not last long. You can find us on Facebook at Old Bart Southern Eats.
Come into Steak and Shake for the original steak burger, steak burgers, and milkshakes. Yep, it's all right there in the name. Steak.
Bottom of the fifth inning. It is 12-1, so our girls need to put a couple of runs across to keep this thing going. Huddleston's going to lead off. First pitch. Foul back behind her. Strike one. 4 in the second, 5 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth, and that's how they got their 12.
Yeah, home run there. 3-run home run there by number 14 for Benton.
Yeah, that was tough. 2 home runs a night.
Her
put
one
5
hit
runs
on
across.
the night.
That's exactly right. She walked her other 3 times. Did 1-0-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Yeah, when it's not your night, it's just not your night. But, you know, again, this is a good Lady Panther squad. They'll rebound after this one. We'll look ahead at the schedule here at the end of the game for you, give you an idea. Strike 3, Huddleston goes down.
Man, I'll tell you, this Benton pitcher, she's just dealing tonight.
Yeah, Scott's been really, really tough. Again, to put it in perspective, that was her 55th pitch. And so Sarah Hardy has 121.
Yeah.
So it's been a labor on the other side, but Scott's been dealing. And, boy, just third baseman Houston out there with 3 walks and a 3-run bomb. And this will bring Sophie Schreiber up. She walked her last time up. You know, Talon, just another kind of perspective. When Sophie's hitting right here, this will just be the second time through the lineup for Greenbrier tonight. So not a lot of extra at-bats or hitters in the innings. That ball's skied out to the left side, out of play off the top of the dugout over there for the visitor section. So not able to string together any hits, not able to string together any walks, and that's just really cost us tonight. When we've had base runners, we've not been able to, get them home. There in the first inning, we had a couple of base runners, couldn't quite get Kylie home there, and Griffin on deck, by the way.
Oh, that's a good eye right
yeah,
there.
Sure was.
That's really close.
Real dangerous when you're at 0-2 to let something like that go by, but Schreiber's going to stay in there with it. She walked her first time up. Scored the game's only run. She took second on a pass ball. Griffin got her to third and then was able to get home on Michaela Betts' RBI single. And that's really it. That's been just about all of it. That ball is hammered out to right field. But right there is the right fielder for Benton to make out number 1. I believe that's out number 2, actually.
Yeah, out number 2 right there.
Yeah, so Griffin stands in. Singled the first time to lead off the game. Had a sacrifice to get Schreiber over to third, but this is really this is it for Greenbrier. They got to keep this inning, keep this game going. They got to get 2 runs, and so she's just going to have to get on base right here. Give Betts and Hardy a chance behind her, but there are 2 down.
You know, Kylie's a good one to put your chances on to get on base.
Yeah, you feel good about Griffin's speed here. That if she can put one on the ground, she's got a chance to beat this out. And defense playing in, they know the same thing. So put some pressure here. Give Betts a chance and see what happens. Ball is foul back, strike 2. So Greenbrier down to their final strike, down to their final out. Griffin will stand back in there now.
Tomorrow night we will be covering a Greenbrier soccer game.
Yeah, make sure you tune back in for that. Hey, that ball is on the ground. The third, Houston, long throw, and not in time. That's exactly what you want.
Yep.
If you want to keep this game going.
Yeah, and I told you, Kylie Griffin's a good one to she's a good one to be at the plate if you want to get on.
You bet. Yeah, you want to try something there, and now you got Michaela Betts up, and she had RBI single last time up, and let's just see what happens here. Put one over the fence. This ball game keeps going. 2 gone. Boy, she wants one to hit. You're playing for pride at this point. And they'll call that strike 1. She did go around. Might have been a strike either way. Runner at first is Griffin. She reached on an infield single. Her second time doing that tonight. Blazing speed. The 0-1. Ball's lobbed out. That ball has a chance to get to the gap. It does.
Will.
Betts is going to round second. Here comes Griffin around third. She's going to score. Betts all the way to third. And a stand-up triple. And that is exactly what Greenbrier needed. They still need one more run, but now you have a runner at third base with the possibility. Hardy, the pitcher, who has struggled tonight on the mound, has a chance to extend this game. 12-2. She is 0 for 2 tonight. If Betts makes it home, this game will go on. And there's ball 1.
Hardy's probably worked the hardest out of everybody on the field tonight with how many pitches she's thrown, too.
That's exactly right. Yeah, she struggled at the plate tonight. She's 0 for 2. She struck out and she grounded out. Scott's been doing really just pretty phenomenal out there on the mound. That ball is lobbed up, and that is going to be your ball game. Hardy just popped that up right to the pitcher, and so Michaela Betts will be stranded at third.
Yeah, it's a tough one there for Greenbrier. You have a really great team come in and really kind of push you here in the midst of the season, a really important time in the season. and it's going to kind of show where your weaknesses are at, maybe fine-tune a couple of different things as you go back to conference play later in the week and right before you get the chance to make a state playoff run.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, they're going to start conference play again later this week, and so they're going to drop this one by a score of 12-2, and we will look forward to seeing you back tomorrow for Greenbrier soccer, and just kind of keep a watch there on YouTube, of course, our Facebook page. Make sure you like this, share it, make sure you let folks know that you can keep up with all things athletics for Greenbrier on the Greenbrier Panthers Sports Network. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.